Sweet. Okay. Oh.
Well, the weather is absolutely terrible today, so why not work on something that's gonna keep us in the shop all day?
Yep.
This is the world's worst best idea.
Absolutely.
So today on Cars and Cameras, we're going to start working on our Triumph powered yard cart. That's right, over 130 horsepower, 955 cc's on a modified yard cart that was built by, I was told, a 16-year-old. And it looks like they spent some good money on the parts, but the execution was kind of dangerous. We're going to go everything here in a minute, but we're just going to try to get it running in today's episode and see if we can't start putting it around.
So we have brand new front end parts, brand new pedals, brand new lights. We have a master cylinder hydraulic disc brake setup from like a racing cart. So there's some good stuff here. Fuel cell. There's some good stuff here.
Yeah.
Now there's a lot of bad.
Yeah.
So we have very, very rudimentary suspension setup, which is fine, but it's like really, really light duty for 130 horsepower. Also, while, you know, the 16-year-old kid in me loves the lightened control arm, that would kill somebody so fast. Oh, also, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
There's some things on this I'm just like, wow, I'm glad the project was never finished.
Same.
But
But that's what we're here for.
that's where it's gonna change. Now, I mean, you know, I would love to get it running and driving the way it is, but I would not unleash all 100 and something horsepower on this setup. There's just way too many things that I find a little sketchy, and that's bad coming from me because I'm like the king of sketchy.
Another issue we're going to have to figure out is that all of the wiring is mounted underneath the chassis. So, like, it doesn't have a skid plate. That's where all the wiring and the ECUs and stuff like that.
Good. It needs to be maybe under the seat, above the chassis.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And then finally, this is probably the biggest part, but come look at... Okay, so you got your live axle down there. He has his sprocket, but then there's the engine sprocket.
And a jack shaft or something.
Right underneath it is the shifter, which it looks like he hooked up, but it cannot go to the axle from where it is now. So we're going to need to figure out some kind of jack shaft.
But I think we should start by getting it running. What do you
Sure.
think?
Yeah. I want to hear this thing run.
All right, let's take it over where we have heat and tools.
Sounds good. Steering rack is barely bolted on. Like, the brackets are so small. I'm just not sure I would trust it at a high rate of speed. The tie rods are sketchy. The front suspension's very interesting. I'm not sure I would trust it at like anything over 30 miles per hour. It's lightweight. It'd be perfect if it had a 6.5 horse engine on it.
Instead, it has 20 times that.
Yeah. So very interesting front suspension. It looks like they were building a really cool yard cart for 6.5, and then they lost their minds and put that thing on there.
That's why I had to have it.
So it's very interesting. I mean, it's cool. It works. The front suspension feels pretty good, but there's no front brakes. This thing needs front brakes if you got that engine on it.
Sweet. Okay. Oh.
What was that?
I don't know, but we just dropped some parts on the ground.
Something popped at the same time. Oh, look at the steering rack. It broke.
Okay. Yep. Oh dear.
I broke the steering rack. That was not supposed to happen. That's funny. All right, now it's veering off into a ditch, and well, it was nice knowing you. I stripped out the bolt holes.
Oh boy.
You know, it'll be all right. We can mount it here and here with the. Yeah, we got some brackets. We got some stuff that we can bolt it up with. But the mounting positions, the screws just pulled right out. And why'd they pull out? I mean, oh! The, look. These hit the frame.
Oh.
The tie rod ends are so close to the frame when the suspension
compresses, it whacks.
It whacks, and it actually pulled the rack down, broke the rack off of the mounts. Okay, so gosh, what do you do to get around that? We'd have to drop the rack down.
Right.
So if we bring the rack down and weld some brackets, we'd have to drop this down. I mean, it's all doable. It's just we got to pick another mounting position.
So before we get too ahead of ourselves with suspension, let's see if the engine will run.
Yeah, definitely. I don't want to waste my time on anything else if the engine's bad. But they cut this out and put their own. This is probably out of the bottom of the original Triumph motorcycle tank. And they just got a regular fuel cell that was probably sitting around the shop, and they cut a hole inside of it and put the original fuel pump and assembly in this fuel cell. And well, which means this would be the bottom. That just don't make no sense. I don't know. This does not belong to this tank. And I don't know how they were expecting to mount the thing in here. I mean, if you fill it all the way up, yes, it doesn't matter which way you have it pointing. It's going to be fueling the cart. But we do have a leak here.
All right, here's how I can tell that this kid is a Cars and Cameras fan. Whoever built this. Splatter paint.
And if you built this and you're watching this video, we love the enthusiasm.
I mean, he definitely did better than I could have done at 16 years old.
Absolutely. It's sketchy, but very impressive for a 16-year-old.
No? It's not?
No, I was shaking my head no. I could have totally done better. That's not getting included, is it?
A lot of 16-year-olds have something like this in mind. Not a lot actually get to start the project. So our plan is to finish it.
So we've got a battery to go in this cart, and I really do believe that he actually built this cart around this battery. This battery's from Go Power Sports. Links are going to be in the description. Look at that fitment. It is perfect for this, and it's going to turn this engine over just fine. I'm just going to touch the post.
Okay.
And just make sure there's no smoke.
Yep.
All right. Here we go. Okay. I'm holding it.
You want me to turn the key?
I'll turn the key. And I'm gonna tap. I hear a relay clicking.
Oh. Oh boy, what do we have here? Dude, we got a temp gauge.
I think I heard the fuel pump.
I heard a fuel pump too, bud.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna disconnect. Can you listen?
Yep.
That's the fuel pump.
Sweet. I think.
Let me try cranking it over.
Sure, dude. There's the cranker over right above your head.
Are you serious?
Yep. Wait for it. Oh boy.
What was flowing out? Is that oil?
No, I think it's coolant.
Really? I'll hit it again. You ready?
Yes. Dude, what is that? Maybe that is engine oil.
That's oil.
Okay.
Alright, so we got to figure out what's going on there. And we're going to have to check the oil.
So we have an oil cooler down here. I'm wondering
Got one line hooked up.
if the other line isn't hooked up.
It looks like both lines are hooked up. Okay. I'm not sure exactly what goes there yet, dude. Here comes that oil.
Dude. Alright. After more Googling, we still think it's crankcase vent.
Yes. And with the engine rocked so far forward, the oil level, the oil level was where it was supposed to be on the dipstick, which means they've overfilled it because the engine's rocked forward, bringing the dipstick up, which put the oil level down. So they've overfilled it to compensate, and it's just coming out of the crankcase vent.
Yep. So what we've done is run our line right back into the oil fill for now.
For testing purposes.
Testing purposes only. So we figured out we need about 45 psi of fuel pressure.
Right.
So you're going to fiddle with the regulator, and
Right.
I'm going to cycle the ignition.
Yep. So you got to hold the battery negative on while turning on and off the ignition. I got it now already.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Well, we got like 42.
That's
Which
close
should
enough.
be good enough. All right. So
We're gonna crank it over again?
we'll crank it over. I'm wondering if we have to turn on these switches here.
Yeah.
That's headlights.
Oh, we got headlights, dude. We got
What?
rock lights, dude. We got rock lights, brother.
I don't know what that is. I know what that is. Let's try it. Cranking.
What
Oh,
happened?
that's the charging system.
That is the charging system.
Yeah. I had a big old yeah.
You want me to hit it?
Cranking. Did I flood it? I'm wondering if we even have our injector pulse. I am going to get a screwdriver and I'm going to put it to my ears.
Listen for the injectors.
Listen for the injectors. You know, we could have some stuck injectors. So what I'm doing, I have this screwdriver and I'm going to be placing the screwdriver on the injector and putting my ear to it, and I'm going to be listening for a snap, 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 snap. And that's going to tell me the injector's working. If I don't hear it, we could have faulty injector, like it can be stuck, or we could have an electrical problem going to the injector. So here we go.
All I need to do is press the start, right?
Yep. Check this other one. Nope. Get to this other one. Alright. I don't hear anything.
So you don't hear any of the 3 injectors.
I don't hear any of the injectors working. So I've got a test light in there. We can check powers to the injector. It's supposed to be a computer-friendly test light. All right, I have power there. Can you hit the switch? Hit the starter?
Yep. Here we go.
Hold it. Hit it one more time. All right. I don't know, bud. All right, I'm gonna do something that I've done to a lot of cars. I'm actually gonna hit the injector while John is cranking it over, and the idea is to jar it enough for it to start functioning again.
This is like a last case scenario type.
I mean, I don't recommend it.
Ready?
Yeah. Go ahead. All right. Nothing. You know, I didn't seem to have any winking with the injector, like the computer's not working.
Ah.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to look into this electrical problem now. The brown wire, John, is the battery power. The yellow and black wire is going to be the ground, the computer ground for the injector.
And so you're saying, like, it's not just a clogged injector because your light would be flashing if it was trying to pulse?
It's supposed to pulse. And let's see. Not pulsing.
I mean, it is just a little bit.
Oh, well, yeah, but
that's
here,
not.
check it out. It's going to do the same thing on the power side because the compressions are causing it needs to be completely off and on, just not just fading.
Okay.
So what it is it's spinning over, and the compression strokes are causing the light to do that thing. Yeah. You hear it?
So you're literally just grounding the
injector, and you hear it clicking?
Yeah. So you think the injector
And really, if you look at the fuel pressure, see it going down?
Yeah.
That's
So
fuel.
it's injecting.
It's injecting. Yep. So it'll fire on that one cylinder. I'm just going to exercise all the injectors and just make sure they're working. And then we're going to probably see that the computer is bad. All right, John, so we're on the middle cylinder, and oh, there it goes.
It wasn't working.
It wasn't working a second ago. It is now.
Maybe we're going to show you guys.
Number 3.
Number 3.
Not number 2. That one's working.
So that one is working as well.
Yeah.
Crank it up. Try to one more time.
Huh?
Should we try to crank it one more time? Or
Oh, I'll crank it again. She's gonna fire, but it ain't gonna run long. Might be flooded, dude. Let's check the. Let's pull out a spark plug. I bet you it's flooded. Whoops.
I'm going to check the fuses real quick. Then we're going to try to crank it up one more time.
I mean, I don't have high hopes because they don't normally just fix by checking fuses.
Set her down.
Set her down. We got a lot of oil coming out of this.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I got a mess.
Okay, we gotta fix that.
That oil looks like it might have water in it. Isn't it a little creamy looking?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah. Wow, that thing sounded fantastic, dude. High five. All right, that's good. Totally caught me off surprise. Maybe it was a bad connection because we removed some fuses.
Yeah, put it back.
And we put them back, and
Maybe it was just sitting up outside, things got a little crusty and just needed a little help.
maybe so. Here, I'm gonna show you the winking light.
Okay. So you want to ground with your
You wanna
test
ground
light.
with the test light.
Ignition on.
And that's gonna be the computer right there. That is great, dude.
Dude, this is gonna be insane.
So this go-kart is still a complete mess, but our Triumph 955 go-kart is a runner. We've been doing some brainstorming, and we think it's time to build an off-road dragster with this thing. It's so sketchy. We were thinking suspension, but we're building off of total sketch and really just unknown. I mean,
Yeah.
The tubing, I'm looking at a split in the tubing right there from where water was sitting in it. Also, that,
right there.
yeah, just a little scary for going real fast, with like jumps and drifting and stuff like that. So we're thinking sandrail.
Yeah, like we can totally stretch it out a little bit, move the suspension forward, move this suspension back, get it a little longer so it'll be more controllable. And we've got to lower it. So we pull the axle out, bring it back here, move it up, drop this thing down, and it's going to be a pretty sweet sandrail.
Most importantly, paddle tires, rooster tails.
Taller than that.
So thank you all for tuning into this episode. If you enjoyed it, leave a thumbs up, and if you like our idea of doing a sandrail, let us know down in the comments. I found out that I don't think this is a Daytona 955. I think this is a Sprint RS 955. It might only have 110 or 115 horsepower. Still way too much for this go-kart.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think the 3-cylinder sounds sweet. It's definitely unique. It's a nice small package. I shouldn't say that online.
Small package?
Yeah, gonna get some comments about that. Oh boy.
You had to go there.
Yeah, I really like the 3-cylinder configuration. It's different. It sounds really cool, and I'm excited to get started on the sandrail project. We got the on-road rail. It's time for the off-road rail. So thank y'all for watching. We'll see you next time.
That's so funny, dude.
Man, you can see in.
I love how he put rock lights on it, dude.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. It's got slicks, but he got rock lights on it. I love it. I love it. And honestly, like, we can use those brakes and everything, too.
Sure.
Well, for a little while.
Yeah. No, it's going to be good.